What's up, everybody? This is Doge Dad, and I just wanted to make a little bit of a reflection video before I post the Annihilation video. This is going to be a general Q&A/reflection on a lot of my other projects, and I asked you guys, my community, from Discord, Patreon, Instagram, Facebook, and of course private DMs, what kind of questions you would ask me, and any thoughts about my content. So here's my recorded response. And on the screen now is going to be the actual poll I posted on my community on YouTube. And enjoy some of the inscription gameplay. It's a lot of fun. Question comes from Garford1231, and he asks, what software did you use to make the videos? And I use Adobe Premiere and Viva La Video on my phone, sometimes for some of my shorts. It's a great app if you want to use it. Has some premium benefits, but you can honestly get around it. Just use the app as is. In terms of Adobe Premiere, it's a little bit of a love-hate relationship. Oftentimes it crashes or fails exporting stuff, but the user interface is fantastic. It's a lot of fun to design in. I have used Adobe Animate before in previous projects, but I feel it doesn't really work as well when I need to get a project done. Adobe Premiere has all my projects and tools ready to go right here. Easy to use and easy to access. Our second question comes from Ellie Day, and she asks, why are you leaving us so soon? And while I'd like to pretend like I just got here and everything has been this rise to fame, I've been around the Doge community for about 3 years, and I was in what some people would consider the third wave, which is where it got really popular before, it got to Twitter and got ruined. And of course, I'm not actually deleting anything. All my videos will still be on here to watch. I just won't be posting on my YouTube at all, mostly because it just is not useful for me right now. I don't enjoy the process with working on YouTube. I'll get into that later though. Question 3 comes from sensarodu_e on Instagram, and he asks, where have you gotten all of the ideas for Cheems and the whole lore? Thank you for many laughs. I honestly kind of just think of a concept and then work in how the characters are going to be and then what they'll look like and then go from there. I always have an idea like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a prison break, and then expand off of that with imagery and characters in the prison and stuff like that. And then I added in there and slotted in other stuff. For Annihilation coming up, I really kind of felt like, what if it was the end of the world? How would I reflect that? So everything just kind of goes crazy, and of course you guys will see that. Fourth question comes from Cookie Doge on Instagram, and he asks, have you had any struggles making content? Oh, absolutely. I mean, I hope you've seen my burnout video on YouTube where I talk about my problems with burnout and lack of motivation for a lot of concepts. Then again, YouTube is really good at suppressing independent creators, so maybe you haven't. But I have a lot of struggles from concept ideas where maybe I don't think through something completely, or it just doesn't work as well as I'd think, and other issues such as editing problems and working on something to the point where it just doesn't look like what I'm satisfied with. So that's a couple of things that I struggle with when I'm making content. Question 5 comes from Bananita331 on Instagram, and he asks, what is/was your inspiration for doing all of this awesome work? Well, I kind of came from the era of YouTube where you could post whatever you really wanted and see immediate results and see instant gratification for what you posted. I remember a lot of content like Clay World, Madness Combat, of course you got some Thing Arena, Stick Fighters on Crack, and a lot of the Happy Tree Friends stuff come to mind. And these are just things that people just made and posted it, and people just started following it and really enjoyed it. It's still alive and well in some parts of YouTube, such as the analog horror community, but for the most part, you're not going to find some average guy like me rising through the ranks to become like the next PewDiePie or Vanhouse Gaming or next big vlogger, mostly because YouTube does a really great job at suppressing content like that. This is the part where I threw a numerical value of each question out of the window and just start answering them. Here we have Mark Kircher from Facebook, and he asks, what's your favorite Doge meme? Well, I have a lot. I don't think any of them are terrible, but also I don't think I can pick a favorite. I'm gonna just throw some of these on screen here. Look at those devious little Shiba Inus. That image makes me laugh, makes me grin, makes me smile. Alex Cameron asks, how's the wife? She's good. Thanks for asking. Ton1993J on Instagram asks, what's the reason to close the channel? Is this a final decision? Is Tex really gone? Yes, unfortunately Tex is really gone, but you might see a cameo from him soon. And yes, this is a pretty much final decision until maybe you see a couple of little projects from me here and there, just trying to scratch that creative itch. But it's gone mostly because it's really disheartening to create a project and hope to see a lot of people enjoy it and have a big channel like mine, relative terms, in terms of like a meme channel, and only see about 300 people watch it. It just really kind of puts the wind out of your sails. Like, why would I bother when virtually nobody's going to watch my videos? And of course, I still make content and things that I want to see, and those are usually on my Facebook and my Instagram, but those don't transfer very well on YouTube at all, because YouTube is this great game, and you need to know how to play it right, and I am really bad at playing this game. This next question comes from Seeble King on Instagram, and he asks, how Baggy became Baggy? Well, I do have a couple of origin stories in the works. Those are going to be put on my Facebook and Insta. And once again, guys, I really am just active on there because it's just easier. I don't really care as much at being seen because no one really cares about Facebook. Let's be real here. This next question comes from King Cheems on YouTube, longtime fan of the channel. And he asks, are you proud of the story arc, your channel, and the characters you've created? Absolutely. If I had to start this all again, I wouldn't change a damn thing. I know it would lead to the same road every single time, but all that would matter to me is that you guys are satisfied. And from what it seems, you guys really enjoy my videos. I think the most enjoyed one here, aside from the really normie ones like Cheems and the Cheemsburger video, is World War Cheems with Alex in it. That was something that was really a passion project, and I spent a lot of time on, I think about 5 months working on the story, and then about a week and a half syndicating it on YouTube, adding in effects and music, only to get it copyright claimed, of course, but that doesn't matter. You guys really enjoyed it, and I hope Annihilation is enjoyed as much as that. This next question comes from Fleshy Mammal, and he asks, what is the thing you treasure the most from your time on YouTube, be it the community you built, or the videos themselves, or something totally different? I gotta say, it's all 4 of those. The videos, they all kind of serve a cycle with my community, and my community serves a cycle with my videos. They absolutely eat them up, and they're all so supportive. All of you guys are really the best, and it's really hard to walk away from when you have 53,000 people to look at your channel. Well, hypothetically, of course, but you guys are the reason why I do it. And I think my friends that I've made on here are also one of the reasons why. And I think the video I'm the most proud of on here would probably be the trial. My goodness. I worked with Green Doge in Adobe Animate to make the mouths move and sync up with the song. And it was just a lot of fun. It brought me out of my comfort zone, and I really enjoyed it. Adversatrix says, what wisdom can you give all of us? What can we learn from your art? Well, I'd say make something that you want to make, and make something that you feel proud about making, because that's probably the biggest motivation for me to make something. I always make it really just see what the end goal would look like. How well can I make this concept that was birthed in my head and is now going to be made real, physically, and exist in the real world? And I'd also say everything can be art. Doesn't matter if it's just a rinky-dink Doge meme that makes you feel an emotion. If it makes you feel something like that, and you think it's a good idea to make, then go ahead and do it. I fully support creativity, especially in today's society, where a lot of content and pop culture is circulated around stuff like, hey, remember Marvel? Check out all of these Marvel TV shows, or you could see all of the Star Wars stuff. Oh, and you could also check out some stuff on this Apple TV or watch stuff on Amazon Prime. There's a lot of pop culture saturation with a lot of concepts that are virtually the same thing, and that's something that I really don't like. which is why I think independent content is probably the coolest thing to see on the internet. Whether it be analog horror or small animation series, go out there and support that shit. And of course, if you want to make stuff like that, go out there and make it. Oh no asks, is Doge a good meme? Yeah, I think it's a good meme. Well, in terms of memes, I think meme is a very objective term. You should see what the meme does to you to make you think it's a good meme. Of course, an example for that to me would be, let's say, we'll take a bad Twitter meme where it's like the me parentheses schizophrenic person sees skinwalker parentheses normal person. You know, those memes kind of suck and they're not really that funny anymore. But when you see a really creative meme like, say, Doge or even Big Floppa's getting up there now, I've seen a lot of really great Big Floppa edits. It makes you feel something, and it's kind of special that this yellow dog has this mimetic tendency to stick in her head and post images about it. And in some cases, like mine, tell very enriching stories that are a little unexpected, to be honest. I mean, not a lot of people would expect having their feelings hurt by a Doge meme or their soul touched by a very depressing line of dialogue about a yellow dog in the mafia. And that's why I think Doge is a good meme, because anybody can make it anything. It is a blank canvas for you to explore, design, and create on. And that's why I think it is not just a good meme, but a great meme. This last question comes from Mr. Star Doge, and he asks, seriously, this question is literally the cause of the end. What happened? What has hit you at some point and made you become so depressed? Life. Life comes at you fast, and even if you plan for stuff, it doesn't always work out. I've had a lot of plans and ideas and all of this stuff that I was going to do. I had this all worked out. I was going to work in this industry. I was going to go to school for it, and that all just kind of comes crashing down, and you're left with, what do I do now? I have nothing planned. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. And sometimes when you find something that brings you a lot of joy, and it doesn't bring you a lot of joy anymore, it feels very arduous. It feels like a task that you have to get through. And sometimes it can be painful and make you hate what you're doing. Now, in no way do I hate making Doge memes and stuff like that, but I do hate posting on YouTube. It's no longer worth it, and the medium is just not supportive for what I want to do. And life in general has just kind of been the same way. And if you guys are going through anything like that, I encourage all of you to, reach out and talk to somebody about that, because it sucks. Find a direction. Find something you want to do. And if you have no direction and you have nothing you want to do, that's all right. It'll find you. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you in Annihilation.